Okay, joined by Treaty Manager Tommy Barrett. Tommy, still unbeaten, home and away. You'll feel 1 point gained or 2 points lost?
It's 2 points lost, I suppose. Might win or two up. Obviously, I don't want to create too much. I felt the first half they probably should have scored. Obviously, they went down the keeper and should have scored. But I think we had a couple of chances as well. We probably deserved the lead at half time, but penalty changed it. I don't know, it was a soft enough penalty, looked to me. That changes the game, and we could have lost it then, could have went either way.
Yeah, Corey Chambers with a vital save in the 94th minute of 4 minutes added. Look back at that first half. He certainly worked on set pieces, Tommy, because he found a free man, I think, with the first 4 corners and free kicks. Mark Walsh got a great goal. Yeah,
it was a great header. Yeah, really good header. And Walsh, we know he can do that, and well, look, we know we can attack set pieces as well. We've got the lads to do it. I thought we defended set pieces as well tonight, because they've got some very good footballers. They can whip in good balls, and we defended quite well from set pieces.
Tommy Considine got his 3rd home goal. Really well worked team move where he worked it down the right hand side. He got in and scored. But perhaps the chance that might define tonight, Willie Armstrong before half time. Great move down the right again, pull back 10 yards. Should have been 3-0 at half time.
It probably should have. Probably could have took a touch, but he got caught under his feet. Just one of those things. Yeah, 3-0, you're probably out of sight. It's hard to come back from that. But fair play to them. They're a good side. They kept plugging away, and we know they're good attackers, and they went for it. The only thing I'd be disappointed is we probably kicked it away a bit too much. We had the opportunity to counter when they were attacking, and we didn't find a man. We should have took a bit more care of the football, a bit more control. But look, it's a new group as well. We're still a work in progress, obviously. But look, if we said we'd have 10 points after 4 games, we'd be happy enough.
We don't like to talk about referees. You'll get in trouble for really talking about referees. 6 yellow cards brandished to Treaty. I don't think there was a dirty tackle in the game from either side, and yet Bray picked up the first 2 bookings of the game. Penalty very dubious. The standard of refereeing at times, Tommy, leaves a lot to be desired. I'm saying that. You probably can't comment too much, but you must feel disappointed.
Look, I just thought we probably lost control a bit, because I thought the first 3 or 4 fouls they had, he kind of let go, and that was fine, and then he booked. I think, did we get the first booking or did they?
No, they got 2 bookings.
But we got booked in for our first foul. Look, the one I'd have a big argument was Lee's one. I said it to him at half time, that Lee kicked the ball and their player runs into Lee's foot. Now, if you ever played football, when you kick the ball, you can't just pull back your foot the minute you kick it. So it's up to the opposition player to stop running into that foot, right? But in fairness to the referee, his explanation was that the directive is if there's blood shown, but that doesn't make any sense. Like, the common sense has to come into it. But I think the referees are under a bit of pressure, Mike, with these rules, because they're not clear. If you obviously played football, but and in fairness to the ref, he said the same. He said, well, I wish I could do something about it, but that's the directive he's given.
So he's in trouble if he doesn't apply the law.
Yes, but it's never a free. It's up to the opposition player. Like, he just ran into Lee's foot and threw himself on the ground. It's up to him. Like, if my young fella did that in his 12 and he didn't pull out, it's at your own fault. You have to protect yourself first and foremost. And I don't know. So that's no. In fairness, Enda was pushed in the back and he lunged. So that is probably a yellow card. And then. Who else got booked? Evan O'Connor. That was a definite booking as well. Do you know? So they were a couple of bookings.
For time wasting Alec Byrne near the end.
Yeah.
To be expected at that stage.
Yeah. So it's probably more of the amount of free kicks, I suppose, that's given in the game these days. But I have a bit of sympathy for refs. I do, because I think the directives and the rules aren't clear anymore.
You sat back a bit from the hour mark. You could feel something was going to happen for Bray, and they took advantage. They made the 5 changes, to be fair, but I suppose defining the second half for you was the lack of creativity, the lack of attempts on the Bray goal. Yeah. Were the conditions a part to play tonight? There was a strong enough breeze, which wasn't noticeable from the stand, but it certainly felt like Bray had something behind them in the second half.
They had it in the first half. It was a strong breeze in the first half they had, but sometimes that doesn't work, because the balls can be overplayed, so we had a strong breeze in the second half and we could overplay it a bit, but I still think if the penalty, a soft penalty, if they don't get that, I'm not so sure they get a draw, because I thought we did sit back, Mike, and I didn't want us to sit back, but it naturally comes, lads just kind of go, yeah, we'll protect the lead, and that's just a mentality thing. But we certainly should have had more control of the game. But look, as we said, they're a good side. They're good attackers. They throw everything at it. We just have to be a bit more clinical on the break, and we weren't. And not even clinical, more controlled. Even pass it a bit better, and we didn't do that tonight.
Yeah, hold the ball in the higher regions, I think, just to take the pressure off the back four. But look, at the end of the weekend, if Cork win against Longford, the worst you'll be is joint top. To say that after 4 games, it's still positive. 2,171, I think, in the stadium tonight, Tommy. More people coming to the games, good vibe around, so it's very positive regardless of the 2-2 draw.
That's absolutely positive. Like as I said to the lads last week, like there's lads tipping us to be 9th and 10th, and it still might happen, and it's probably a fair tip because we've lost a lot of players in the off season. We've got in lads again that we got in 2 lads that were full time in Galway, but they haven't played up in Galway. They're good lads and they're great lads. We got Yo-Yo, who hadn't played that much last year. Thomas Considine hadn't played in 14 months. They're the type of Mark Byrne we're after bringing in. Alec Byrne didn't play much last year, so that's the same it has been the last few years. Like the lads that we brought in then, are doing well around the place, and there were similar stories with like the success. He's doing well up in Harps now. Dean George doing well in Longford, those lads. And then we obviously had Mark Ludden, Sean Gearns and Conor Barry, who are very experienced players, and lost them as well. So for the lads to be doing what they're doing is great, but we have to take it game by game, and we have to keep doing it now because the expectations go up again, and we like that because we want to do the best we can do, and hopefully we can get something up in Longford.
You're going to beat all records when Cork come here, without a doubt, in 2 weeks' time, because it'll be a top of the table class of some sort. Going to Longford, though, is it important now that you just stabilise things and bring something back, even if it's a point next week, would be a great result? Yeah,
I tried to keep a clean sheet, Mike. Disappointed, obviously. We kept 2 clean sheets before tonight, but we were a bit lucky last week. The last minute penalty, we could have conceded. Kerry probably deserved a draw last week. So it's a tough league. It's a long season. Yeah, if we get it, any point is a good point, home or away.